Hey guys, thanks for stopping by again. Wanted to give you a little input about how to dress to impress the judge and success for your case. I think it's always important that you dress for that position in life that you intend to achieve. So, with that said, it's always important that you dress so that you establish your credibility and your likability with the court system the minute that you walk in the courtroom. So, what I ask my clients, now we live in the South, so I can get away with this. I don't know how it works everywhere else. But I ask my clients to dress like they're going to church. I don't mean going to church like on Easter Sunday with the big frilly hats and all that. But dress like you're going to church. Dress like you're going on a regular Sunday and you are put together and you have a jacket or a sweater. You can wear a dress, you can wear dress pants and a blouse, whatever, so that you can put forth that first step into that courtroom and let the judge know, hey, I've got some sense. I am here and I am ready to assume this responsibility. You always would want to put forth that effort. So, with that said, you don't want to wear a mini skirt. You don't want to wear clothes that are too tight. They need to be, they can be fitted, but they don't need to be so short. They don't need to be low cut blouses. They don't need to have a midriff showing. In my jurisdiction, you can't wear bare shoulders. So if you're going to wear a sundress or one of those cold shouldered shirts, you got to put a jacket over it. Our courts just won't allow it here in Middle Tennessee. Dresses are okay if you're comfortable in them, but don't wear something you're not comfortable in. So if you haven't worn a dress in 20 years, don't put one on. This is not the time. Get your pair of black dress pants and put a sweater on and be comfortable. Don't wear high heels if you're not used to wearing high heels. But if you are, wear them. Don't wear 6-inch platform high heels if you're not accustomed to them. But, a modest 2-inch high heel, there's nothing wrong with that. That looks nice when we go to court. For the men, suits are nice, but if you're not comfortable wearing them, don't do it. If you are accustomed to wearing a suit every time you go out, fine, put it on and wear it. That'll be awesome. But if you're not, then wear a dress shirt, a button down, a polo shirt, whatever works for you and is in your closet. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy brand new shiny clothes. It's always nice to get new clothes. But that's not what this is about. This is about dressing for success, dressing and being comfortable, but letting the judge know that you're taking this case very seriously. Don't show up in holey jeans. Don't show up in a beer or a marijuana t-shirt. That's not going to play well for you. I've seen it, but it does not play well. Hair. Keep your hair in a normal color. So if it is a natural color, blonde, brown, black, those are great. Red, that's fantastic. Don't dye your hair pink. Don't dye your hair blue. I know I'm going to get some flack over that. These are just pointers, things that the judges are looking at. I know they're not supposed to, but we all know they do it. So I ask my clients, this is not the week to go out and dye your hair purple. This is just not the time. When you're in court, you need to behave as though your grandmother is watching you. You always need to remember that the judge sees everything. He's like Santa Claus, if you can think about it like that. From that standpoint, you want to always be polite. You be polite to everybody. You be polite to the bailiff that lets you in the door. You be polite to the clerk. If they speak to you, you speak back. It's all right for you to speak to them first. Be polite. Use your manners. Again, it's like grandmama's watching you. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Don't come into court with this nah and yeah and whatever. Slang does not go well in court. You need the judge to understand what you're saying and the intent behind what you're saying. Don't roll your eyes Because again, the judge, typical courtrooms are set up where the judge is up, he's high, he's looking down across the courtroom, and from every courtroom I've ever been in, the judge can see everything in that courtroom. Most courtrooms are mic'd so he can hear everything in those courtrooms. So you want to be very careful about that. You don't want to roll your eyes when you're sitting there at the table, at the counsel table with your attorney. You don't want to cross your arms. That's bad body language. It's like you're not buying into what's going on in the courtroom. You don't want to huff, roll your eyes, oh my God, she's lying, he's lying. You don't want to do any of that, because even though you're saying that under your breath, you think, again, those tables have microphones. Those tables and those microphones, they echo right back up to the judge. He's going to hear it all, and you don't want that, because if you're given that perception before the court, that's not favorable for you. That's one of the things that my clients, I always say, please keep your mouth shut. Please don't do that. In my jurisdiction, the other thing that I want my clients to know, we can't take purses in. We can't take cell phones in. The bailiff at the front door will stop you every time and make you take that back to the car. So save yourself a trip. If you don't live in my jurisdiction, if you're watching this and you're not part of my jurisdiction, then I would encourage you to call the clerk the week before you're set to be in court. I would encourage you to ask them what the rules are. Some courts do. There are some courts in Middle Tennessee that allow you to take a purse in and allow you to take a cell phone. Mine won't. So just be cautious of that, or be aware of it. Make the phone call. You save yourself some time. The last thing you want to do on court day, you're trying to get there 10-15 minutes early, and you roll up to go through security, and you got to walk all the way back to the car. Well, where I'm at on this square that I practice in mostly in Sumner County, that's not a huge walk, but it's still a 10-minute inconvenience that you may not want to go through. So just check it out. You can always, at least in my jurisdiction, I would say in most courts, you can take pen and paper in. So if you want to, jot down some notes, if you've got questions, or if there are things that you want to write down maybe while the other person's testifying, that's always okay. If you want to take in your journal or your case notes, that kind of thing. We just can't take in big bags to carry it in. Okay, guys, I hope that's answered your questions. I think I've gone over all my notes that I wanted to be sure and share with you. I'll see y'all in court.